From the headlines that move us
to plays on the field and people making a difference.
It's news, sports, and stories that keep our community alive.
This is the Heartbeat of Tampa Bay.
I'm Christopher Ingram.
And I'm Bridgette Bello.
Also known as Jose's wife.
Jose's wife.
Okay, so we did that when you were here last week.
Yeah.
We referred to you as Jose's wife because you had a little title change going on. And really, Jose is often referred to as Bridgette's husband.
Right.
So now the tables are turned. How has that all gone?
It's been a lot of fun. It went pretty close to viral. Everyone is having a really good time with it, and I've been tagging a lot of my posts, Jose's wife.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so of course the expectations are now I'm cooking more and cleaning more, and like I'm folding laundry, and he's just sitting there, and I'm like, my old me would have said something, and now I'm like, my job is Jose's wife.
So like Jose's wife, that means you automatically got domesticated, Bridgette?
I think so,
I have a hard time believing that this is actually going on.
I mean, I didn't say it was going to last, but for now.
Even better.
Yeah.
Even better. Well, cool. Well, we had fun with that, and love Jose. What was his reaction when he saw it?
Oh my God, he like, I think he had tears in his eyes. He just got the biggest kick out of it. First of all, he thought it was really funny, but I think he was really touched.
That's cool. Well, he's a good guy. We all love Jose.
He is
so
a good guy.
You're filling in for the lovely Serena Fazan.
I mean, no one can fill in for the lovely Serena Fazan. That's
Right.
not easy to say, is it?
We'll get her to change her
But
name.
I'm doing my best.
Well, you're going to do great. Serena is in Paris right now.
She is. I've been watching her Facebook posts.
I know.
It looks
And
fabulous.
Fantastic time.
And somehow she's got people doing her makeup. Like, I thought it was vacation, and I'm like, what are you doing over there, girl?
Well, she told me she packed like really nice clothes because she's going to be in Paris and has to, fit in and look right. So.
Well, if she doesn't come back, because it is Paris after all,
Right.
I'm happy to sit in whenever you need me to.
Thank you. We would love to have you back anytime. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about some things that are going on in our community, including football. Of course, the Bucs aren't with us as part of our postseason watching, but we've got other football games that we can talk about. And also we have some local stories, this cruise terminal that's going in, and then this crazy lady in Orlando who was being arrested and then was being put in handcuffs behind her back, and then she walks up to a police officer, I think an FHP trooper, and kicks him.
And she smiled while she was doing it, almost like she was proud of herself. She was in
smile.
Jacksonville. She wasn't in Orlando.
No, okay, Jacksonville. Thank you. Let's take a look at that. We've got a real quick clip on it. So, yeah, she clearly was in the wrong. Like, she's going to go to jail for that.
I posted something the other day that was like, I'm old enough to remember when we loved our country, respected our flag, and followed the law. And, I just don't see how that's anything to be celebrated, honestly.
Right? I mean, no matter, it's like kind of what the governor said, and we have a clip from the governor. You might have a problem with what's going on in your government, but that doesn't give you carte blanche authority to just run around kicking people, law enforcement, elected officials, anyone else.
No, we have processes in place for
Right?
that, right?
Well,
You vote with your voice, and you make changes with your voice, and you don't do it with your feet and hands.
Well, that young lady is going to learn a different process called the judicial process. Yes. Let's take a listen to what Governor DeSantis had to say.
It's not Minneapolis. That is not going to end well for you in Florida. You have a right to go out there and criticize government policy. You can go out there and protest within, obviously respected zones. But the idea that you're going to assault one of our troopers is unacceptable, and you are going to face consequences as a result of that. So I'm not sure what all their what DHS is doing. Yes, our guys can assist. A lot of that is being driven by there.
I mean, Ron DeSantis, love him or hate him, this is Florida. F around and find out. Yeah, we're not going to tolerate that kind of garbage.
No, and I don't think we should love him or hate him.
Yeah, I agree. Well, as we said, she's going to have a quick lesson on the judiciary and how not to behave in public, I think.
Absolutely.
All right, so this other big story that just popped up in the last couple of days here in the Tampa Bay area, this cruise port terminal that's being proposed in Manatee County by a group called SSA Marine. And they want to.
Don't we already have a cruise terminal in Manatee County and in Hillsborough County?
Well,
do we need another cruise terminal?
And I'm sure Hillsborough is not thrilled about this because Port of Tampa.
Why would we do that?
Well, here's the reason. Actually, no. The reason why they want to do that is because they can't get the big ships under the Skyway. So if they built that terminal on the other side of the Skyway, which is where it's being proposed to be built, in Rattlesnake Point or something like that, they would be able to get the big ships in. But if they did that, it would completely dry up everything that's cruise port terminal stuff going on in the port of Tampa Bay.
Well, not only that, I mean, they talk about jobs, and I'm like, okay, there's 2 ports. I mean, I don't know how many ports workers there really are, and how many ports do we really need? And there's ports all over the state of Florida, right? So what's the impact on the existing ports? Does that make things harder? I mean, believe me, all for competition. I'm not at all saying that there's a problem with that, but I just don't, other than the big ships, I just don't see what the benefit is.
What's the need?
And, you know, I'm not super environmental tree hugger girl by any stretch of the imagination, but there is environmental impacts
To be considered, yeah.
Yeah, and
sure.
I just, you know, they had the opportunity to protect it. They didn't take it. That's a fail, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm also not jumping out to, you know, go sign the petition or anything, but we have ports. They're doing a great job. The Port of Tampa Bay is growing like crazy. It's had a tremendous economic impact on our region, and I just don't see the need for that.
Yeah, well, I think there are probably a lot of people in Tampa that feel that way as well. And I agree with you, too. I mean, other than, okay, so now we can get big ships to come in, but are the big ships really going to come here?
Right.
You know, has that been discussed yet, or are we just hoping that they do?
And is it really hard to get to Canaveral, or
Right, no,
really
it's
hard
not.
to get to Miami? It's not, right?
Are you a cruiser? Do you like to cruise?
I,
Not your favorite?
It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on a couple, and they're fun, and they definitely have their advantages, but they also have really tight quarters and small bathrooms, and I don't know.
We like our space.
I like
right?
space, yeah. Jose and I like to have our own bathrooms, and, you know, you can't get that in a cruise.
Right, no,
so,
definitely not.
no.
Definitely not. Okay, last big story. A woman was injured at Universal Studios on one of the rides. Do you remember what it was called?
I don't.
I don't remember either,
I'm
but-
not a roller coaster rider
No.
myself, but that's because of kind of how you should make those decisions, right?
Right.
If you think that it's going to scare you, don't do it. If
Right.
you think that you've got a bad back, don't do it. I mean, we're all adults.
And the warning signs are all there.
The warning signs are all
And
there.
the tickets, basically, you waive away your rights to sue if you get hurt.
The
But
funniest thing I saw in that story was the report that someone got nauseous on one of the rides. I'm like, isn't that what you're signing up for? Like,
right, and that made the report. So,
right.
So in Florida, it's very unique because of all of the theme parks that we have here. You know, Busch Gardens, Universal, Disney. They actually have gotten the legislature to allow the law to say that the theme parks get to do their own inspections, and they do self-reporting. So none of the rides are inspected by state inspectors. They're all done by park employees, and the reporting comes quarterly. So the woman that was injured on this ride was actually not recent. It was back in November, but because they report quarterly into December, and then the report just came out here in the middle of January. But I'm sure a lot of people don't know about that, and the whole like inspection part. And I wonder if that's disconcerting to people or not. What do you think?
Well, I think we all learned a lot, right? We talked about our governor a little bit ago. I think we all learned a lot about how the parks operate and what the different laws are for them. And when he was in office and that whole fight was going down, I mean, I totally 100% get the tourism impact. This is a tourism state. I think it's fantastic that we have all of those theme parks. There's lots to do here. That brings people in, that brings money in, right? But them getting to conduct their own investigations and make their own laws
Self-reporting,
and have different tax laws.
Yeah.
And so, I mean,
Oh yeah, you're going back to all that stuff with Disney.
Yeah,
The card
I
outs
mean,
for Disney were unbelievable, weren't they?
Unbelievable. Well, do you think it's different for any of the other parks? And
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay.
I think because that whole area, Reedy Creek, which is what the Disney property is referred to, and it had its own district. They were all Disney minions, if you will, and they ticked off Governor DeSantis, and he kiboshed all that. So now they're not as self-governing as they used to be. But yeah, I mean, if you go back and read some of the history about how Walt Disney built Disney World.
Oh, I did.
Oh yeah, so and they
I
gave him
absolutely know.
all sorts of carve-outs.
Yeah, and I get it, but this self-reporting and self-investigating,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, I would have a tendency to think that they might be a little biased in their reporting. I mean, it would be hard not to be, right? If you're the one that's going to be on the hook for whatever the findings are.
As my 19-year-old daughter would say, it's a little sus.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a little sus.
You're staying cool through your
I'm
19-year-old
trying to stay
daughter.
hip with
Got it.
the young people
My
now.
daughter's 30 now, so she's not cool either.
Right? How do you keep up with that?
My granddaughter, hopefully. That's the plan.
That's awesome. Well, you got a beautiful grandbaby.
Thank you.
All right, football.
Football.
The Bucs are out, obviously. But
Stop saying that.
We had a lot of great football to watch over the
did.
weekend, and we've got some great NFL games coming up. We've got the Pats at the Broncos.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite on that one?
Anybody who's playing the Patriots is my favorite.
Oh, I love that.
I'm not a Patriots
I
fan.
love that. Well, I'm not either because I'm a Dolphins fan, and they play in the same division. So,
Yeah.
okay, cool. And then the other game, the Rams and the Seahawks.
Yeah, that one I'm a little bit more torn on. I don't really have a favorite. I mean, I'll watch it obviously because you have to and see what happens. I mean, some of what we watched this over the weekend was just, I was so glad I was watching it and I didn't care about the teams necessarily, right? Again, whoever was playing Miami is who I wanted to win, and it ended up being that we have a lot of friends that are from Indiana and are big Hoosiers fans, and so we did kind of feel like we had a dog in that fight. But yeah, it's oftentimes for me, it's who are they playing and who do I really not like. Carolina Panthers, I really don't like.
No?
So,
What do you got against
no.
the Panthers?
I was hoping you weren't going to ask me that.
Well, you brought it up. Did
I know,
you think
I
that
did.
wasn't? Bridget, come
maybe
on.
we can talk them into taking this part out. I don't like them for a lot of reasons. So when I was in Jacksonville, which seems like it was a lifetime ago, I was there when they got the Jaguars franchise.
Uh-huh.
And so up until I moved to Tampa Bay, I was a diehard Jaguar
Jags
fan.
fan,
Yeah, because I felt like I was part of the process and,
Right.
and the magic and what that did for that community and how it changed it. It was unbelievable. The Panthers were an expansion team at the same time, and so we just didn't like them.
Didn't get along.
Because they were like, no, we're the expansion team. And they're like, no, we're the expansion team. And so, and I don't like Charlotte at all. And
I love you because you just tell us exactly what you feel,
some
Bridget.
people don't appreciate that about
No,
me,
I love
Chris,
it. You know, I'm the same way, so I have
yeah.
an affinity for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, but you missed my question, though. Rams, Seahawks. Who do you like on that one?
I mean, if you want me to just like, I'll
You
say,
really don't care.
I really don't care,
Okay.
but I'll say probably the Rams just
Okay,
because.
cool. So we're both on Broncos and we're both Rams.
Okay.
That Rams-Bears game on whatever, Saturday night, Sunday night?
Unbelievable.
Sunday night. Oh my gosh, it was one of the best games I've watched in a long time.
It was, but it was heartbreaking
It was
if
heartbreaking.
you wanted the Bears
I know.
to win.
You were Bears
It
too.
was-
I was
yeah,
too. And
Bears,
Serena
yeah.
was also.
You know, see, there you go. We get along. We have the same things.
We didn't
and
get it.
Yeah.
I was taking video on my camera of the replays and stuff, or we have to rewind it, and then I'd take like a 15-second shot.
Oh, 'cause
and I
you
was
were gonna
sending
make
them
the
to
calls?
No, I was sending to Serena while she was in Paris, or I think she was in Amsterdam at the time, and she
Okay.
was loving it. But it was like 2:00 in the morning there.
We had friends that flew up there for that game, which God love them. I looked up the temperature and it was 19 degrees,
Yeah,
and I was complaining about how cold it was
I know you're
here,
in Florida
right?
that
And
day.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Sunday.
I don't. There's not a team that I love enough to sit outside
No,
in
me either.
19-degree
No,
weather,
me
especially watching that snowfall and everything
Yeah.
else. So God
Wet,
bless those
cold,
fans. that-
windy. No thanks.
No.
Okay, you touched a little bit on the college football national championship game between Indiana and University of Miami.
Yeah.
And you were pulling for Indiana.
I was pulling for Indiana because they were playing Miami.
Well, I was pulling for him because, like, what a great story. I
It
mean,
is a
you
great
know, Fernando
story,
Mendoza.
and that wasn't the only reason. I'm not
Right.
that petty, but it didn't
No, I know.
hurt that they were playing Miami. Let's just say that.
What a great
What a
guy
great
he
story.
is.
And I was crying. My husband looked over at me and he's like, "Are you going to cry?" I was like, "Shut up." Tears were already going down my face because I love to see, first of all, the fact that he got denied,
Yeah,
right?
to go to the University of Miami, which
Yeah.
he lived like half a mile away from.
Yeah, and that you can clearly see the love for the city and probably he probably
team.
was a huge
Yeah.
fan of the team. For him to come back and win under those circumstances on that field at that school against that team, I'm a big underdog girl, and I
Yeah.
was like, "You go."
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, I was like envisioning like the United States map with highlights of where there are University of Miami fans and then the Indiana fans. I think the whole country, save for like Dade, Broward, Palm Beach counties, the whole country had to be rooting for Indiana.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, just what a great
even,
team and
like,
great
outside
people
of
to
the country,
coach.
right?
Yeah, even outside of the country.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, cool, Bridget. I really appreciate you being here. It's
Yeah,
been
absolutely.
fun having you filling in. We're going to do a couple other shows too that you're going to sit in on here and talk
Lucky
to
me.
some interesting
Lucky you.
guests. But really appreciate you being here.
I really appreciate the opportunity. It's fun. I always have a great time talking to you.
Fantastic. Every story shared,
Adds another heartbeat to Tampa Bay.
from courage to community.
We're proud to tell the stories that keep our neighborhoods strong. Thanks for watching Heartbeat of Tampa Bay.
You did great.
Sorry. You could have sent me that ahead to practice.
I'm sorry.
That's what I would suggest next
all right,
time.
next time.
Yes.